you the legs to work on. First of all, I definitely think that the legs are sort of enough on Suzy Q's to sort of occupy your brain. But I'm also loving the different types of styling I'm seeing with the arms. So I saw like some sort of like in, out. I saw some like pushing walls. I saw all sorts of cool things. So the classic arm styling, which is to say the arm styling we stole from YB's Lindy Hoppers because we have some video evidence of them, is by clasping the hands together and putting them in our chest area and then bobbing them down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. And that's a classic Suzy Q. So if I do it facing you so that you can see, we start with it up when we cross, and then when we open, it comes down. So it comes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Notice I did it with my grid side too. I'm like, if I'm gonna do a Suzy Q, I'm gonna go to the left with my right foot over. So that is the classic hand styling. If you'd like to experiment with that, you can. If you have another styling you like better on your body, please just like run with it. I think that would be great. I'm gonna put on another song. You got 3 things that you can move around with here. You've got, well, you have 4, including grooving, which is your own personal groove. But you've also got your Shorty Georges forward. You've got your fishtails going back, and you have your Suzy Q's going either direction, right? So when the music changes, see if you can change the move or change your direction, yeah? And stick with that for a little while. All of these traveling moves look really good one after another. Like doing a single Suzy Q and then moving into a single fishtail looks a little messy because it doesn't have that nice flow. So set yourself up for the flow. Try to listen to where in the music it naturally breaks and changes to something else, because that might be a good place for you to change something else. Here we go. Let's try another song. Go ahead and make yourself really big so you can see yourself. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do this one.
In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone. I've got company, everything's okay. The livelong day with this mellow song, I can't go wrong. In a mellow tone, that's the way to live. If you mope and grow, something's gotta give. Just go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone.
All right, we're switching the song. Here we go.
and a gang of beer, a Coca-Cola and a word of cheer. No one to bother us while we have. Let's get drunk and trust. I know your other man is out of town. My other woman, she's not around. Now it's time to break them down. Let's get drunk and trust. If we should accidentally get too high to go home, I've got an extra dollar to buy us all some corn. Plenty kisses and other fun. Another gallon to wake up on. So it's nothing to be waiting on. Let's get drunk and trust.
Woo! Yeah, that's looking good. All right, go ahead and come on back. You can put me on the main screen. I just want to shout out to George Marticarena for like, that song comes on, Let's Get Drunk and Trust, and George's like, let's do this shit. Boom, boom, blah, God. And he was just like, I can't see his bottom half. So I just saw his upper body go, nee, one side, nee, the other side. It was kind of awesome. I really love how much spirit you guys are bringing to the dance. I swear to God that Jenny gave me a wink when she came in. Or she was like, and then came back out, and I'm like, mwah. Oh, you gave a kiss? That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, I want to give you guys just maybe a couple more things before we finish out today. We'll see how far we get into them. But that song was called Let's Get Drunk and Truck. And unlike what you may suppose is that means getting into a truck and driving away, there was actually a dance move called truckin'. And it is also a traveling dance move. And I really love it because it's easy to whip out when you just like need to scoot somewhere. So what we do is we go onto our right foot and we're gonna like scoot. Yeah? And then maybe we go into our left foot and we scoot. And the right foot we scoot. We scoot. Scoot. So you might find yourself pushing your weight towards the ball of your foot so you can release the friction across the entirety of your foot. Your heel will usually come up a little bit. You don't have to go very far. It's just kind of like this weird scooting motion, right? So trucking has a classic hand styling, and it is putting a finger up in the air. So we take our right hand and we go up in the air and we sort of waggle that finger. This is one of those stylings that comes from Hollywood depictions of African-American dancing. So this was like a very, stylized thing that was happening, but you can pretty much do any kind of hand gesture here. So you can go up, you can clap, you can go to the side, do that wall push thing. I don't care. What's important is that your foot is scooting across the floor and you're sort of bringing your body with it. So it has this feeling of maybe a locomotive sort of like chugging forward motion. Do, ba, ha, do, ha, ha, do, ha, ha. A lot of people clap when they change directions, yeah? So I'd like you to just sort of move with that a little bit. If you're on carpet, this probably won't work as well. Don't try to scoot if you're on something with a lot of friction. You might do like a little hop instead. Yeah? So definitely don't trip and fall is my suggestion, okay? So trucking can go up to the right, up to the left. It can go 2 on one side. Go single on one side is weird. You go 4 on one side and then switch. Yeah, it's really up to you. You guys want to give that a try? Don't worry about the screen. Just go ahead and do it on your own. No one's watching but me. Yeah, that looks great. Ooh. 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 That one looked like a bunny hop, Elizabeth. That was great. I admit I have a bias toward bunnies.
Can you go backwards with that too, or is it only a forwards move?
That is an excellent question. I don't think I've ever tried to go backwards. Should I give it a try?
It's easier.
Okay, that's really hard. So I would say that if you're gonna go back with this movement, it would probably be called something else. I don't think it would be identifiable as truckin'. That being said, if you can make it look cool, do it.
Old lady knees don't like to go forward as much as backwards.
Backwards is awesome. Okay, let's do one more just real easy, simple thing because it's nice to have options when you're dancing to a song. And this is called the pimp walk. So one of the things that you'd be seeing in these big cities, people were just flooding the cosmopolitan areas looking for work, is pimps and hoes. And that means prostitutes and people who ran prostitutes. This is something that you would see a lot. So when you look at vernacular jazz movement that is pulling from real life, it frequently pulls from things you would see, such as like pecking. You were in these areas where like even the big cities had chickens running through the streets, you know? Urban farming was a necessity, not necessarily always like an option thing. And pimp walks, this would be how some of the more moneyed individuals in the streets of Harlem might walk. So it's got a swagger to it. And you kind of like put your hand real low and you do like a snap and then you step to the side. You're crossing and you're snapping and you're crossing and you're snapping. And when you see this move, you see it a lot as an entrance and exit move, especially for performances by Whitey's Lindy Hopper. So they might be off screen. And then you see them like, ah, do, da, 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 do, da, do. And then they start dancing, right? So it's a great way to cover a lot of distance in very little time. And it shows up in a lot of classic Lindy Hop routines that you might end up learning, such as the Big Apple or in the California routine. So I do think it's really useful to remember. So you want to keep your knees nice and gentle, a little bit of bent into them. You want to have this nice low carriage. So my shoulders are a little bit forward. Your hand can go up the hip. And you're going to give those snaps as you walk across, chin up, looking around, yeah? And that's called a pimp walk. There we go. Yeah, as much like confidence as you can infuse in this move, the better it comes across because really it's just walking. But if you do it with kind of like a, I don't know, this is a pimp walk. No, you are the pimp. You got this, okay? Bring out your inner boss for this move. Great. Okay, so with the last few minutes I got left, I'd love to run you through a couple different songs with different feelings to them. Remember what we talked about last week of finding the feeling of the music and trying to express it in your own self. Solo jazz is not just the historical recreation of moves that come to us from a certain dance tradition. They are also an expression of movement to music that you can see throughout history. So if you have like an influence from your own experience, from your own life that you want to infuse into your grooving, infuse into these movements, I'm now giving you official permission to do that. So go ahead and make your screen really big. I'm going to pull up a song and we'll get some dancing. Remember, you've got your grooving. You've got your Shorty George's forward. You have fishtails back. You have Susie Q's to the left and to the right. You've got pimp walks and you have truckin'. Wow, for a second there, I totally forgot what I was saying. Ooh, ooh, I love this song. Let's do this one. Not that I don't love this song. Yeah, that's a good groove. All right, let's change the song.
Shout, sister, shout. Shout, sister, shout. Shout, sister, shout. Tell the whole world what it's all about.
Now listen, everybody, to the precious word. I'm gonna do some chirping, and I ain't no bird. That's the reason for living, a reason for dying, a darn good reason why a woman starts crying, a reason for a mole, a reason for a dimple, but there ain't no reason why a man's so simple.
Shout, sister, shout.
Yeah!
Shout, sister, shout.
I'm telling you.
Shout, sister, shout. Tell the
Yeah!
whole world what it's all about.
That's a way to be brilliant, a way to be a fool, a way to get to heaven, let's serve the golden rule, a way to get a sweetheart, a way to get a wife, but the day you quit me, brother, that's the way you lose your life.
Shout, sister,
Yeah. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause. You were amazing. I think Suzy Q's are now my favorite thing to see through video teaching. You know, like it's hard to go from teaching group classes to video teaching. Group classes is so interactive. You guys are right there. I can do like little rounds. I can like say hi to people. I can help them with like little things as the anyways. Video teaching is tough, but one of my favorite things now is people Suzy Qing. Like I don't even see anything above or below here. It's just like it's great. You guys make me smile, so thank you. Yeah, Kristen, I'm talking about you. Cool. I think that's the end of our class. So we've got lots of cool things. Don't worry, there are definitely more solo jazz moves to come. We will be doing this next week and introducing new stuff. Kickball change will come back again and again and again. It's one of those things.